Hello and welcome to Only Connect. People are quick to rubbish the paranormal, but let's look at the facts. Every single member of Howard Carter's cursed expedition to open the tomb of Tutankhamun in 1922 is now dead. Coincidence? Let's meet the teams. On my right, Mark Oxley, a rugby league enthusiast who was once escorted across the Golden Gate Bridge by the San Francisco Police Department. John Wilson, a former IT professional who has visited 2,000 pubs, sampled 4,200 ales and documented them all in a spreadsheet. And their captain, Mick Lee, an engineering graduate who once obstructed Kim Jong-il while he was on a training course in Malaysia. United by a yearning for York, they are the Vikings. Mick, you beat the geocachers to make it through to the second round. How was that game for you?
Well, we barely beat them. It was a nail-biter. So, yeah, I think we're looking for a wider margin today. Help us out with that if you can, guys.
Well, let's see who you're up against this evening. On my left, Tracy Rawlins, a community development worker and qualified cheesemonger. Andy Rawlins, a European Studies graduate who once delivered a computer table to Sue Perkins. And their captain, Ian Fellows, a vicar who, in his former profession as a lollipop man, helped a hedgehog cross the road. All of the same parish, they are the Parishioners. Now, you beat the stewards to make it through to this round, and your teammates are married to each other. How's the dynamic?
Well, it's pretty good so far. I've got politics on my right. I've got science and sports on my left. It should work.
And what are you?
A vicar.
You won the toss, so that's your first win this evening. You'll be going first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
We'll begin with the Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. Ah, it's the music question. What a lovely start to the evening. What is the connection between the clues you're going to hear? The first one is coming in now.
Something you play on an organ. It's somebody's to kind of fugue in something. But beyond that, I couldn't tell you. Possible that. Next, please. Sugar but very.
Crackers.
What do we think? Nutcracker sweets. They've all been used in one thing. Let me be more specific than that. Do you want to go for it then? Next, please.
3 seconds.
Right, next. They all have animals in the title.
They do not all have animals in the title, so I'm going to play a blast of the last clue to the Vikings.
That's kind of all the animals.
I think that's probably enough. Do you know the connection?
Are there disco cover versions of all of them?
No! Aren't you shouting at the screen? Aren't you shouting at the screen? It's Fantasia. Oh. Walt Disney's Fantasia. Yeah. The little mouse. Yeah, you recognise the Toccata and Fugue in D minor. It's not really about what the pieces are, it's where we hear them, and it's in that wonderful Disney film. So no points there. Vikings, what would you like?
Lion, please.
Lion. OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
OK, but the younger. 120, though. No, days, maybe, yeah. Yeah, shall we go next, please?
Was that Chatham House? No, it was the older was Chatham.
I think we need another one, don't we?
Yeah.
Another one, please. Well, I mean, they lived in them.
Are they all in the same road?
Oh, yeah, it's Downing Street.
3 seconds.
Difficult to think of a 200 Downing Street, but is it? Do they all live in Downing Street?
They do not all live in Downing Street, so this time I'll show the last clue to the Parishioners for a possible bonus point.
We're going to go then Baker Street.
They are addresses in Baker Street. That's right, Sherlock Holmes, the giveaway 221B. William Pitt the Younger lived at 120 Baker Street. The Transport for London Lost Property Office. I've got a list here of some things that have been left behind. Envelope with £15,000, prosthetic leg, drum kit, life-size Spider-Man figure. I think the question writer thought there might have been things I'd left. He's put that for my personal information. And Danger Mouse, that pillar box, was located on Baker Street in the cartoon. So you get a bonus point, well done, and your choice.
We will try 2 reads, please.
Fair enough. What is the connection between these picture clues? Here's the first.
it real? Copper.
Next, please.
Little gem.
Anything to go with that? Next, please. Trousers, mannequins, cargo pants, chinos, anything at all. Lettuce, lettuce spray, lettuce. Next.
Maltese
Maltese. Maltese.
Not the answer. Although I like hearing you shout "let us pray" in the middle. Many an Only Connect team has shouted that in the middle of an episode. A bonus chance for you Vikings.
Mediterranean islands.
They are named after Mediterranean islands. Yes, that is a Maltese cross at the end there. What else are we looking at?
Capri pants.
That's right.
Cos lettuce. And what's your first one then?
Copper. It's
All right.
named for Cyprus.
Yeah, well, that's right. Cyprian from Cyprus. Copper took its name from there. Good knowledge from you there, John. Very well done. You get the bonus point. And it's your turn to choose.
Water, please.
OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Yeah, okay. I think we need to go next. Next, please.
Presumably it's something that somebody's played.
Or is it something you can do as a split comedian? Next, please. I think we need one more. Yeah, one more, please. Oh, if you put S on the end, then it's...
Singulars of plays.
Yeah, go for it. So this is the singular form of plays whose titles would normally be the plural.
That's absolutely right. They give away there the History Boys, the Alan Bennett play that became a film. Can you tell me about the other playwrights?
Is it Noel Coward, Private Lives?
That's absolutely right. Comedians as Trevor Griffiths and Identical Twins is a radio play by Carol Churchill. The playwright there, all singular of play titles. Well spotted at the end. Back to you, Parishioners, for a choice.
Let's go Twisted Flax, please.
OK, Twisted Flax will be the next question. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
First year. You're not allowed to leave the Foreign Legion.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Okay,
Is that worth a 5-point guess?
Yeah. I think go on.
Are you going to go for it? They are the durations in which you are not allowed to leave.
I love your bravery, but I'm afraid that's not right. I want to reward it, but I can't. It's not the answer. So, Vikings, you get the full 4 clues, but you don't get the full 40 seconds, so do you have an answer?
Anonymity, they are anonymous.
Is the right answer. Very well done. What triggered that in your mind?
I'm not going to give too much away, but the 11th tradition.
That's not the same as the steps, the 12 steps. The 11th step is, I think, improve our conscious contact with God, not to give too much away about me. But the tradition is about we maintained anonymity at the level of press, radio and TV, I think. The Economist journalists, if they don't put the name in the byline, that would be nice in this day and age. You just get to print it, nobody shouts at you on Twitter. Any crime committed under 18, you remain anonymous. That's why I can't talk about my 16th birthday party. They don't put the name in the Foreign Legion. In the first year, you subscribe to the anonymat, you're fully anonymous. So, although I like your bravery, the points go to the Vikings. Very well done. And you get the last question, the Horned Viper. What is the connection between these clues? Time starts now.
Yeah. OK, next. So go ahead.
Winchester. York. Winchester. The wrong
love it.
rebuses of English towns.
So the bit put in the midder is a symbol that could otherwise...
I think you're overthinking this. John, do you want to have a go?
They're a bit like a dingbat. W in Chester. Winchester makes the answer.
Yeah,
What is the connection between these clues?
The cities.
Cities, English cities, that's right, they are disguised names for English cities. Yes, you're being very specific about how it's constructed, but Y or K, York, W in Chester, Winchester. Next one, S, Underland, Sunderland and Nottingham. So yes, they are word clues for the names of English cities. Very well spotted for 3 points after just 2 clues. That means at the end of round 1, the Parishioners have 1 point, the Vikings have 6. On to round 2, the sequence is round. This time the teams must tell me what comes fourth. And Parishioners, you'll be going first again. So please choose a hieroglyph.
We've liked the Eye of Horus so far. Eye of Horus, please.
OK, you're going to see the first in a series. What might come forth? Your time starts now.
Next, please. How many pence or something? What is it? 120.
Quick.
Next. Stone. Yeah. This is 20 dominoes, I think. I don't like guinea. Stone. Any ideas at all there? You do.
1 second.
We are going to go for peanuts.
And why would that be?
Because the last team we played thought that was a good answer if they were ever in trouble.
It is, but not the answer in this case, I'm afraid. So, Vikings, do you want to have a go for a bonus?
Deadly sins.
And why would that be?
7. So 7 deadly sins, £14 in a stone, 21 shillings in a guinea, and 28 dominoes in a set.
That is absolutely right. And I felt you were getting that early on.
We moved towards it and then we wandered off.
It is about the constituent parts in the 7 times table. There are 28 dominoes in a set and 21 shillings in a guinea. In avoirdupois, £14 in a stone. So something with 7 constituent parts. For example, a week has 7 days. Or the deadly sins. Absolutely right. Well done. And it's your question.
2 reads.
2 reads. These are going to be picture clues. I want to know what sort of thing you'd expect to see in the 4th picture. Here's the first.
Right, well done. Or one.
What's the one about?
Don't
It's
know, we
also
need
got
one.
eyes as well.
Next, please. Oh,
potato,
2
2
potato, 3 potato, 4. So 4 would be 1, 1.
No, 1 0 0.
It's in binary, and that would be 2 squared, so it is 1 0 0. Yeah, 100. OK, Dylan. 1 0 0 potato.
I'll give it to you. I think in that 4th clue, the potato was rather implied, but I believe you know the sequence, so let's have a look and talk me through the clues.
Oh, OK.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato.
Potato, 4.
But not everybody at home will understand what you mean when you say 1, 2, 3, 4.
Numbers are represented in binary.
In binary, so 001 is 1 in binary, 0102. I want to hear binary for 4100, and it is 4 potato, although in the rhyme you don't hear the word potato, but I think we're all thinking of a potato. I always am, to be honest. So well done, you get the point. And Parishioners, back to you.
We'll go for the lion, please.
OK, what will come forth in the lion sequence? Here's the first.
James Garner and Tom Cruise. Which one connections there? Did they play Brett Maverick? Next, please. Enemy of Bugs Bunny.
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd. Elmer.
It's a word thing.
If we take a letter, it might be Elmer, the last one. Next, please. Vertical rock formation in California. 7 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yosemite.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Vikings, do you want to have another go for a bonus?
Yeah, something that's a renegade.
And why would that be?
Halfway through it, I'm thinking it's the US president's nicknames from the Secret Service.
Note that down. It'll be a good question for next series, but it's not this question. Now, James Garner and Tom Cruise make you think of Mavericks. James Garner played Brett Maverick. Tom Cruise played Maverick in Top Gun, so they're Mavericks. Enemy of Bugs Bunny, that's Yosemite, Yosemite Sound, the vertical rock formation in California, in Yosemite National Park, El Capitan. So, Mavericks, Yosemite, El Capitan. Do you know what this is? No, it's Mac operating systems. Mac OS X, successive incarnations. The next would be Sierra, so something indicating Sierra. We went for a mountain range. No points there. Vikings, what would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. OK, what will be forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
This was the Columbus sports, wasn't it?
But it's the islands in the Caribbean.
Ah, the order that was
Shared
discovered.
by 2 countries, whatever.
Next, please.
Shared by 2 countries.
Okay.
Hang about. Yeah. It's
Oh, in that case, yeah, so if it's just a country that's shared by one country.
No.
Shared by one country. Next place. Borneo's 2 countries.
Somewhere, 2 countries.
An island that's 1 country. Cuba.
Not the answer. So a bonus chance for you now, parishioners.
We would go 1, colon,
You're good so far.
Cuba.
Unfortunately for you, they said Cuba.
I put a 1 in.
And well, that's not it either. Now, the answer is 1 New Guinea. You are in the right area, but you've got yourself confused. Borneo is not divided between 2 countries, but between 3. It's divided between part of Indonesia, part of Malaysia, and Brunei. They are all territorially divided islands split between various countries, usually 2. So Hispaniola, divided between Haiti in the west and Dominican Republic in the east, Ireland, obviously, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Borneo, and I want to hear New Guinea, divided between parts of Indonesia and Papua New Guinea, and it's simply in order of size. Territorially divided islands in increasing order of size, and the biggest, New Guinea. No points or bonus points then, but parishioners, you have a choice.
And we better score something. We'll go with Tracy.
Water.
Water, please.
Water. Good luck scoring something. You are going to see the first in a sequence. What might come forth? Time starts now.
Arsenal in the 1910s. Next, please. Everton in the 1950s. Andy, anything at all? Keep going. 40 years later. Next. Liverpool in the 1960s. Plymouth seems to have won something twice in a decade. And if so, who won something twice in the 1970s?
1980s.
With who?
Liverpool 1980s.
We are going to go with Liverpool 1980s.
And why would that be?
I
Andy.
think they may be decades in which they've done league and cup double.
That's not a sequence, I'm afraid. So, Vikings, a bonus chance,
I'm going to nominate.
Manchester United, 1970s.
is the right answer. And why is that?
Arsenal have been in the top division since the 1910s. The Mighty Blues have been there since the 1950s. The Reds, from the other side, they've been there since the 1960s, and United have been there since the 70s.
The other Reds. Yes, it's the longest-serving top-flight teams. All of these teams are still in the First Division or Premiership, whatever's the top one, and it's in order of the longest-serving going up to Manchester United in the 1970s. So that's the right answer. Well done for the bonus. And you get the last question, the Horned Viper. What would be the 4th in this sequence? Here's the first.
Great. Next, please.
Obviously, bits of some.
Yes, they are. It's obviously fiction, isn't it? Shall we go on? Yeah. Next, please.
Westworld.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. This world.
2 seconds.
Something should be north.
Okay.
Southern or south.
Yeah, southern exposure.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So a last bonus chance for you, parishioners.
We'll try Sutherland.
And why would that be?
We wonder whether they might be parts of the Game of Thrones world moving around the compass.
Oh, that's lovely, but actually you've gone too specific, so that's not the answer. Now, before I tell you what the answer is, they are just generally TV shows, but we have moved the compass points, as you suspect. So South Park, moving clockwise, becomes West Park, Westworld and Northworld, Northern Exposure, Eastern Exposure, so I need something from the east that goes to the south. So Southenders, Witches of Southwick, that sort of thing. Something east going to the south, so in the right area but not the right answer. And yours was a little too ingenious. Unlucky. That means at the end of round 2, the parishioners have 1 point, the Vikings have 11. Connecting wall time now, and Vikings, it'll be you to go first this time, so please choose lion or water.
Lion, please.
Lion. You have 2.5 minutes to solve this wall, starting now.
Card games. Patience, that's that. Yeah.
Reviled is delivered backwards. Flow is Ulf is flow backwards.
Let's have that.
Is laid.
Oh, beautiful, right.
Hands.
What are we?
Sunshine, sunglasses.
Sunshine,
possibly.
sunglasses,
Sunrise,
sunflower,
sunrise,
Sunday,
what-
sunrise. Okay.
Sunshine, rising days.
Okay, we'll come back to
Something else.
that. Those card games then. Patience, Hearts.
Solo and that.
Oh, solo, yeah. Nah, no.
A bridge.
Bridge. Give me another solo.
Solo.
Oh, genius. Right.
Sunflower.
3 lives
that's the
now.
one we didn't before. Sunflower, sunglasses, sunshine.
Oh, right. Pray, patience, shine.
Take That
I
songs.
take that song.
Right.
Pray, and is it sure?
Rise, is it not?
Is it right?
Because the other one's sun.
Yeah, it must be sure because that's going to be sunrise. So just press sure, I think.
Ah, yeah. Right.
That's it, you solved the wall. Very well done. So that's 4 points immediately, and I can give you more points for the connections. What about the first blue group, starting snap?
They also read as words if you read them backwards.
They are backwards. Snap is pans, laid, flow, deliver. Those are the words if you read them the other way around. Very well done. What about the green group, starting hearts?
There's card games.
They're trick-taking card games. I'll give you the point, but they're all about gathering tricks. And what about the next one? Pray, shine, shore, patience.
Well, I'm apparently in a team with some Take That fanatics, so they're Take That songs.
They are Take That. So you're a big fan of Take That?
Oh, yes.
Very good. Good Take That knowledge. Wins the day there. And the last group, flower, rise, glasses, day.
Can all be preceded by sun.
You can put sun before all of them. So that's 4 more points for the connections and the bonus 2. You get the maximum of 10. Very well done. We're going to bring in the Parishioners now, give them a new connecting wall and see what they can do about solving it. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it, and that time starts now.
We've got some villains from Things, Bane, Kingpin, possibly Bullseye. Bane? So not those, so there'll be another one in there somewhere. What else? We've got Bullseye, Brightside, Mr. Brightside, Mr. Blue Sky, their names
Yes.
are
Well
films.
done.
Mr. Vane.
Mr. Vane, Mr. Sandman.
Yes. Is there another one
So there
there?
must be another one. Mr. Mark, Mr. Bane, Mr. Hay, Mr. Writer, Mr. Road, Mr. Zoom. What's Rock? R-O-K.
Might be a word thing.
Mr. Rock. Mr. Writer? Is Mr. Writer one of these kind of cycle through some those? Those we've got. Brilliant. So here we go. We've got Zoom. We've got Rock. We've got Basque. Are there any word things going on in there? Sandman. Zoom. Starts with
Is
Zoom.
there your villains in?
So we've got the villains, which is
Kingpin, Sandman, Mask,
Mask
Bane.
and Bane. What if Rock is some sort of villain? If we put some of these on Rock. But we've got Mark, we've got Hay, we've got Mask, we've got Road, Deck the walls, Mark, Hay with an A. Pardon me, Hay with an A. Sandman, Kingman, Basque. Mask.
You've got a minute.
Basque, you could replace a K with a Q-U-E. Same with that, same with that. And Rock.
Yes,
Hey.
3 lives
So,
now.
Come on,
3 lives
three
left. So we
lives.
think Sandman, we think Zoom must be a villain then.
I don't
Yep. Pop Zoom as a villain, so we don't want these 3 as villains, Hay, Road or Deck. So, if we say that's probably definitely almost a villain.
Let's try those 2.
Well, then you're. Hang on.
Bullseye, but Deck, hit the Deck, hit the Road, hit the Hay, hit the Bullseye.
Yes, well done.
So that would mean Zoom, Sandman, Kingpin and Pain are all villains.
Yes.
Hit the Bullseye, hit the Hay, hit the Road, hit the Deck.
Yeah.
Got those
Yeah.
with Q-U-E.
Yeah.
That's it. You solved the wall. Very well done.
That is gratifying.
So that is 4 points immediately, and I'll give you some more if you can tell me the connections. What about the first blue group? Vane, Blue Sky, Writer, Brightside.
I think that if you add Mr. to the front of them, you have songs in the popular hit parade.
That
Mr.
is
Vane.
absolutely right. You add Mr. to make songs. And what about the green group? Mark, Mask, Rock, Basque.
We finally thought that if you replace the K in them with a Q-U-E, they provide valid English words.
That's exactly right. What can you tell me about that third clue?
Rock, nothing at all, except maybe it's to do with croquet.
With the QUE, it's with croquet. With the K,
It's a huge bird.
it's a mythical bird. Perhaps you've seen it, but I believe it's a mythical bird. Good spot there. And what about this next group? Bane, Zoom, Kingpin, Sandman.
We want to say that they are all villains in superhero films or TV franchises.
I mean, I'll take it. I think what you might say is they're villains in comic books. That's where they started. They've been adapted. What are the comic books?
Bane is in Batman. Kingpin certainly met Spider-Man once or twice, but
Well,
possibly
they all
other
meet each
people
other in
as
the end,
well.
don't they? It began as an antagonist of Daredevil.
Ah, yeah. So Sandman was Spider-Man, and Zoom, somebody who runs around really quickly.
Yes.
The Flash.
That's the one. That is the one. Very well done. They are comic book villains, but also in sort of films and so on. And the last blue group, road, hay, deck, bullseye.
We think they are all things that you can hit.
Hit the road, hit the hay, hit the deck, hit the bullseye. Very well done. So you get a maximum of 10 points. Let's have a look at the scores going into the final round. The Parishioners have 11 points. The Vikings have 21. On now to the missing vowels round. Fingers on buzzers teams. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all programmes on the BBC News channel. Vikings?
Click.
Correct. Parishioners?
The Travel Show.
Correct. Vikings?
Dateline London.
Correct. Parishioners?
Meet the Author.
Correct. Next category, spam email subject lines. This one is fake college degrees. Next clue. You don't get sent this either. Cheap generic Viagra. Next clue. Parishioners?
Miracle weight loss.
I get it every day. Next clue. No, this one usually from Nigeria. It's urgent reply needed. Next category, rivers and the bridges that span them. Parishioners?
Tyne and the Gateshead Millennium Bridge.
Not it, I'm afraid you lose a point, Vikings. No, too long. Sorry about that, Ian. It's Tyne and Gateshead Millennium Bridge. No, the. But the bell has gone for the end of the quiz, and looking at the final scores, the winners with 23 points are the Vikings. And an honourable second place with 13 points, it's the Parishioners. So very well done, Vikings. You are through to the next round. And Parishioners, I think you stay in this round. You're not out anyway. In a complicated new structure that I've yet to get my head around, everybody gets 2 goes in round 2. Actually, not everybody. We'll find out later. Thanks for playing anyway. And thank you for watching. My final thought is, it's not about the winning and losing. Certainly not on this show, where it seems to have no bearing on who stays in the competition. Goodbye.